And I wanted to start with you, Attorney Crump, in talking about what do you think has changed in these 2 years and what hasn't changed?
Well, I think what we've seen is a greater awareness from some people who did not believe marginalized people, Black people, when they said the police treat us inhumanely. They treat us brutally. Uh, that George Floyd video of him being tortured to death, as Tony Ramanucci, my dear friend and co-counsel, have talked many of times, it was a documentary of his death that George Floyd narrated of his death. And so that's the biggest thing that has changed, that people have greater awareness that Black people and brown people aren't lying when they say the police tortured them and treat them with no respect, no consideration, no professionalism, and in times with no humanity. What has not changed is the number of killings that continue to happen against citizens by the people who are supposed to protect and serve them. And disproportionately, Robert, and I know most people know this, it happens to Black and brown people. The fact that based on your polls that, we're set on a record high for police killings in this year. This is, you know, the second year after George Floyd, when we really believed that it was going to be a wake up call, where a tipping point where we didn't see so many of these unjust, highly questionable killings by police. But we still have work to do. I know, Tony, I continue to say, very honestly, regrettably, that it's been 2 years and Black people still can't breathe because we haven't got that George Floyd police reform bill passed by the United States Congress, which so many of us were so optimistic about. And so we have to continue to try to raise awareness. We have to do what Lorraine Hansberry said, is shout from the mountaintop when those politicians come in our neighborhoods trying to get us to vote, to say, what we want from you is to give us the same professional uh, courtesy, consideration, and most of all, the same constitutional promises that you give to our white brothers and sisters.